This is the plaintiff, Roy Carlson. He says he hired the defendant to repair his roof, and the guy started the job, then disappeared. He doesn't know what the defendant's trying to pull, but he's not going to just walk away and let him get away with out-and-out stealing his money. That's for sure. Bottom line, he had to hire another company to complete the work. Is at $4,592.75 and is suing for exactly that amount today. This is the defendant, Kenneth Dubner. He says the plaintiff's wife abused his men, screamed at them in an uncontrollable rage, and he was fired from the job. He was ready, willing, and able to complete the work he was hired to do. Is an honest guy and simply put deserves to keep the money he was paid. He is accused of running out on a roof.
All parties, please raise your right hands. Be seated. Come to order, please. Litigants have been sworn, Your Honor.
Thank you, Douglas.
You're
Mr.
welcome,
Carlson, you are suing your former roofer, Mr. Dubner, for $4,592.75 that you say he owes you in damages because he negligently started and didn't finish your roof.
Right.
Tell me what's going on.
I had met him late January. We got to talking. It was a gas station. We're down there getting coffee. And
You just met him by coincidence in a...
yeah, my daughter works in the gas station.
Okay.
And I went down there. It was a couple of days she started. I went down for coffee. And I had met him. We started talking. He had mentioned he was a general contractor, and I was looking to get my roof done.
Okay, now this is the roof of your home?
It's a garage. It's a detached garage, two-car
Of a
garage.
detached garage,
Right.
okay. And so do you settle upon a price?
The estimate he originally gave me was about $2,400.
And then?
And then I said, I don't want to do it because it's a little high, more than what. So he worked with me on it, and we got it down to $1,650
So $1,650 was the price for him to do what?
to remove all the shingles, clean up, repair any rotted wood, and shingle and complete the job.
Okay, now, are you in agreement that that was your agreement with him?
Yes, ma'am.
Okay, go
I
on.
gave him $1,150 cash. He was supposed to, I thought he was going to do it that Saturday
Why did you think he was going to do that
because
Saturday?
that's what he told me he was going to do.
Okay, so he told you he was going to do it that Saturday, and what
Yeah.
happened?
Then there's a problem with a car. Then Sunday he had something to do with his daughter. Then Monday he was sick. Then Tuesday was something in his eye. My wife's got a liver disorder. She's on medication. He had come over Tuesday after I had texted him not to do it because I was getting fed up with the delays. I wanted to be home. I had another contractor come over when I first purchased the house.
Wait,
and-
what were the delays? You mean Saturday, Sunday, Monday?
Oh, there's more delays. This went on. Tuesday, he had sent somebody over on the 2nd. He dropped them off like usual. Anybody that comes over, he drops off, takes off, sends two guys up on the roof while my wife's inside. It's 12 o'clock in the afternoon or so, and starts ripping the roof off.
Oh, okay, so they came on Tuesday and they started ripping the roof off, okay?
Right, and it didn't get done with any kind of repair and left a mess.
Okay, so let me hear from you. What's going on?
Basically, I agree. We did come upon an agreement to do the job.
Right, and then you're up on the roof and then you rip the stuff out. He says you guys left debris everywhere.
Okay. The day that we started the job, I brought a couple of guys. We ripped the shingle off the roof. They repaired any rotten pieces of wood were repaired. It got dark that evening, so they put the roofing paper up on the roof. The next day it rained, so there was really
Wait, did
nothing
they
we
put a
could do.
tarp?
No, well, it was waterproof roofing paper. It was 90-pound underlayment. It wasn't even regular tar paper. It was actually...
So there's no need to put a
decking.
tarp?
No need to put a tarp. The plaintiff is claiming that he got water in the
Yeah,
garage.
I'm about to go get-
And that's
go over
fine.
there.
But I'm not even contesting the fact that the job wasn't finished.
Well,
They
why
made it
wasn't the job finished?
Well, they made it impossible for me to finish the job.
Why?
Came back with a couple of guys to do
When?
the cleanup. 2 days later, I dropped off the guys to clean up. They told me they needed a couple of rakes because there was stuff all over the place. I ran back to my house to get rakes. I get back, and they're gone. Can't figure out what happened, so I call my guy on the phone. I'm like, "Where'd you go?" He's like, I don't want to really badmouth it, but his wife came out and started screaming and ranting at the guys. So I contacted Roy, and I told him, "Look, I'll be back tomorrow. But you got to keep your wife away from us. We
Okay,
gotta-
but
we gotta
what,
work.
screaming and ranting what?
I wasn't there. All I know what my
What
guy
did your guy say?
She came out and she was screaming and cursing and whatever. Just
That
going
they shouldn't
nuts.
be there?
No, just yelling about whatever.
But no, what's the whatever?
I couldn't tell you.
Okay,
'Cause
and
I
then how
wasn't
did
there.
your
I'm not gonna make it
employees
up.
who had no wheels, because you dropped them
She
off,
drove him back.
and you're telling me that you don't know what was said?
No.
She was in a car ride with them and nobody talked to you about what was said?
No. At that point, I called Roy and I told him, look, we're going to come
According
back.
to you, she was intoxicated. Is that correct?
To me, she seemed pretty drunk.
How did you, wait.
Well, the first time that I met her, that I saw her, when I got there with my guy, she comes out and starts yelling at me about not buying her truck. Because I had made a comment to Roy that, oh, you know, if you don't like the truck, maybe I'll buy it from you. And starts yelling at me.
I'm sorry,
"It's
are you
my
referring
truck."
to a different day?
No, I'm talking about the same day that
The
I
same
brought my
day that
guys
she
to
took
clean up.
your employees to the next job?
Didn't take him to a next job. She drove the guy back.
Back where?
Away from her property, back to Middletown.
And then what, dropped them off in the street?
Yeah, I guess so.
All right, now,
I mean, I wish you
according
would
to
let me
you,
just
they don't
speak.
come back in how much time?
Yeah, they didn't come back until the 5th.
Okay, so it's 3 days later they come back.
Yes.
Okay. And then they come back, and what is the reason you fired them and told them don't come back anymore?
I didn't tell them to come back. What he's talking about is the day after the rain, on the 4th. After the rain, everything was soaked. He told me he's not going to show up. Then
Well, let's rewind. When did things get soaked?
the 3rd.
Right, the day after they did
Yeah,
the
because
job.
everything he put on, he stapled it on the roof and it blew off. And I got planks on the garage.
Do you have pictures of what
Yes,
you're
I
describing?
have pictures.
Let me see the pictures. Good God above.
Welcome back to the People's Court. Harvey Levin here. So, does this contractor have the right to finish the job?
Was there any written contract?
Yeah, I mean, there's a deal, but it says, I'm going to hire you to do the work, and the guy leaves because he's fired.
I would say no. He does not have the right. No.
What do you say?
Not right. Can't keep the money.
Really? Why?
Did he do any work?
He did some work.
Well, then, you know, a little bit of money.
But does he get to keep all of it? He says, I'm really willing to finish the job.
Yeah, I would say he should keep the money just because they told him that he's going to get the money. So, yeah.
Okay, fair enough. Going inside the courtroom.
What is that?
That's the mess they left.
Oh, that's the mess.
I
That's
couldn't
not
even
what
get
blew
into my
off.
gate.
Okay.
My gate only opened a foot and a half to get into my house. That's the way it was left for 4 days. That's why my wife went outside yelling and screaming. I'm like,
This is what? Something that's covered in plastic
yes,
that the
that's
water
the inside of
pooled?
the garage. Yes, that's
Okay,
a
what is
puddle.
that item? Was it previous?
It's just a box in the garage. I just covered everything because I knew it was going to rain.
Okay, so you had covered things before the rain.
Right.
This is a picture of the stuff having blown off.
Yes.
When, according to you, does he tell you, don't bother?
He texted me, don't come back, don't do that, I'm going to get somebody else. And we actually I came to his house, and I came to an agreement at the end. I'll give him $900 back. We shook hands on it. I said I need a little bit of time. 2 days later, he's like, where's my money? I said, I told you I need a little time. He's like, I'll see you in court.
Okay, stop.
That's it.
You had been paid how much up to that point?
$11.50.
You're going to pay back $900 of the $11.50?
Correct.
Okay, did that happen?
Nope.
Oh, God.
Oh, we had a verbal agreement.
So why'd
and
you say no?
I thought you asked me if I got paid yet.
That wasn't what I asked you.
I'm
I
sorry.
said, according to you had an agreement. Did
I'm
that
still thinking
happen? And you
about my
said no.
phone.
And then I gave you a look like I was going to skewer you, and then you said yes. You folded like a cheap suit, and all I had to do was change my
I
eyebrows.
was just confused, that's all.
Were you? Okay, so you had an agreement to do that, and what happened?
He told me to give him a couple days. So I gave him a couple days. I talked to him on Sunday. Wednesday came, and I asked him if he had any money. I mean, he didn't buy anything with the $1,150 that I gave him.
Right.
So where's my money?
He paid his bills. So you end up, how is it that you get the job done on this roof?
I called my insurance company, and my insurance company gave me a number of somebody to use.
Did you make a claim?
No, I did not.
Are you gonna?
No.
Okay, you hired that company and you paid that company?
Yes.
Okay, may I see the receipt
Sure.
from them?
It's getting so twisted.
And they also took pictures of before and after of the roof.
Tell me about, how did the water get through if the thing was waterproof?
I couldn't tell you because I wasn't back there into the
I know, but maybe you
garage.
should have been if you're
You know,
contracting with
the
them.
honest truth is that we started the job. We had some bad weather the next day. I had a problem with my car. I know this is all cliche with contractors. I never planned on running away with $1,100.
But it's kind of what you
I called
did,
the guy
though.
every day to tell him, hey, he knew I had a problem with the car. He knew I was coming back. He went upon himself to do it. And when I saw
Right,
that he
but
did
here's
that,
the
I
thing.
didn't want, look, I wasn't looking to beat him. I came to him, I said, you need to get money back. I came to him and said, I want to give you money back.
Okay, but here's you and
He's
your
trying to
nice
get a
suit
windfall.
and your smile and your good intentions. He
no-
cannot deposit them anywhere. So what
not
actually
saying that.
happened is you took $1,150, you sent 2 guys to go there, you say you put water, I don't need to put a tarp because it's waterproof. It's not waterproof because water gets in there. The thing blows off, so it's not done correctly, and he has to hire. And
knows
when
when
he
those
says
pictures
to
were
you,
taken?
okay, we'll take your deal. I'll give you a couple of days. Then it's, well, it shouldn't have been a couple of days. It should have been a couple of weeks. Well, it's been a couple of
I
weeks.
never said a
Stop.
couple of days.
It's been a couple of weeks. By the way, have you paid the $900? Because it's been more than a couple of weeks by the time it comes to court.
When he tells me he's going to court, I'm not going to go
Hey, he
to
would have
court.
dropped the case if you gave him the $900 that you guys agreed on, right? So
I also got a background check.
tell me about the background check.
Well, I have a friend of mine who's a private investigator. He's a retired New York City police officer.
Uh-huh.
And
have
he offered to do
judgments.
me a background check.
And what?
And I got it, and apparently he has a history of doing this.
A criminal history of doing this?
I guess there's eight or nine judgments against him. He's got 10 or 12.
Civil judgments.
Yeah.
I see. Do you have 8 or 9 judgments against you?
Certainly do.
For what? For not paying people what? Or for jobs?
For jobs. Look, it doesn't matter what I say because it wasn't right every time, but there were situations. Look at the
Okay.
years that it happened.
Tell me what you're out. The cost to get the roof redone, did you finally bring forward
Yeah, I'm not looking for the $2,400 for the roof that I
Yeah,
paid
you
to
can't
get
get
done.
everything you paid him plus
Right.
everything you paid the other guy. That's not going to happen.
Right, I'm just looking
So,
for my damages. And,
What is it you are wanting to sue for then?
Well, I rented a heater to dry out my garage, and that was, I tried it for 1 day, and I needed it for 5, so I ended up buying it
Okay.
to dry everything out.
To dry out in case
Yeah, I
of...
got thousands of dollars in tools in the garage. I mean, everything
Okay.
is...
All right, here's what's going to happen, because it's obvious that the job was done extremely poorly, because just a little rain the next day ended up ripping everything out. It's obvious that there should have been a tarp put there, because if there had been a tarp put there, then the rain wouldn't have affected what was inside, causing you to spend all that money on the heater stuff. So I am going to order that the defendant pay you not the amount you're suing for, because you recognize that that
Right,
was overreaching.
right.
So I'm going to deduct the cost of the new roof of $2,400 and the remaining $2,192.75, because you wouldn't have had to purchase a heater if it weren't for him. And you wouldn't have had to go through all of the stress that you've had to go through if it weren't for him. So I'm going to award you every penny of the remainder of that, $2,192.75, verdict for the plaintiff.
Thank you.
So the plaintiff prevails for more than $2,000. Mr. Dubner, the defendant, has just come out of the courtroom. This wasn't a good day for you in court, was it?
Actually, I didn't get a chance to talk. I
you did.
never dispute. No, I didn't. I never disputed the fact that I didn't finish the job. I was willing to give the guy back money. This was completely twisted.
Yeah, but you didn't give it back to him. You still haven't given
Took me
it
to
back
court.
to him.
Took me to court. So he wants to take me to court.
Yep.
I came to court.
Here you are.
It's fine.
Your past
all
record.
good.
Apparently, you have a string of this incidents like this.
It's all good. I love everybody.
Oh, you.
Take care.
He loves everybody. Very good. All right, Mr. Carlson. I don't think he loves you, though.
No.
He brought you to court. How do you feel about this? You satisfied?
Yeah.
I mean, it's over now. The roof done?
Yeah.
Your wife happy?
Yes.
You happy?
Yes, I am.
Okay, good enough. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Officer McIntosh has some documents for you to sign. Harvey, how about that?
You know, Doug, if the contractor is really abused by the homeowner and literally cannot finish the job because of the abuse, contractor there keeps the money. And that will do it for this case. Litigants for the next case on the way into the courtroom right now.